You have seen ice before. A thin layer on a winter puddle, frost on a window, maybe a frozen lake that looks still and harmless from above. You know what ice feels like? Cold, silent, fragile under pressure. Now imagine standing on a surface made entirely of ice, not a few centimeters thick, not a few meters, but kilometers. You are standing on a frozen world. The ground beneath your feet is hard and pale, stretching to the horizon in every direction. There are no trees, no wind you can hear, just a faint, distant crack, like something deep below shifting slowly. The sky above you is not blue. It is black, always black, and hanging there, enormous and impossible, is a planet so large it fills half the sky, striped with storms, swirling with colors, a giant that never stops moving. This is not Earth. This is Europa, one of the moons of Jupiter. Small compared to planets, but still over 3,000 kilometers wide, almost the size of Earth's moon. From a distance, it looks smooth, bright, almost peaceful, but that calm surface is a lie. Up close, Europa is covered in long, dark cracks, lines that stretch for thousands of kilometers, crossing and twisting like scars. Some are fresh, some are ancient. They tell a story of a surface that is not still at all. It is moving, slowly, constantly, and beneath that frozen crust, something is hiding, something vast. You stand there and you realize something strange. The ice beneath your feet is not just ice, it is a shell, a barrier, a thin layer separating you from what lies below. Because under that frozen surface, there is an ocean. Not a small one, not a shallow one, a global ocean. A liquid water ocean that may be over 100 kilometers deep, deeper than any ocean on Earth. And suddenly, the ice does not feel solid anymore. It feels like a lid, a fragile lid. You look out across the endless white, and for a moment it feels familiar, like a frozen desert, like something you understand. But then the cracks remind you, this world is alive in a different way. The ice shifts, the surface breaks and reforms. Heat rises from below. Energy moves through this moon, even this far from the sun. And that ocean below, it is not frozen. It is dark. It is under pressure. And it has been there for billions of years. Water, heat, time. The three ingredients that, on Earth, created life. You are standing on top of it. And for the first time, you begin to understand something unsettling. The most important ocean in the solar system might not be on Earth, and we have only just begun to see it. You start where you are, on the surface of Europa. The ice beneath your feet is not smooth when you look closely. It is ridged, broken, and chaotic in places. Huge slabs of ice have shifted, rotated, and refrozen, like pieces of a puzzle that were never meant to fit again. Some of these blocks are tens of kilometers across. Imagine a city. Now imagine lifting it, turning it, and setting it down again in a different direction. That is what has happened here. The surface is constantly reshaped by forces from below. Heat rises from the interior, pushing against the ice. Cracks open. Water may seep upward and freeze again, sealing the surface. Europa does not stay still. And this movement tells us something important. The ice is floating on a liquid ocean. On Earth, ice floats on water because it is less dense. The same thing is happening here, but on a scale that is hard to imagine. The ice shell of Europa is estimated to be between 10 and 30 kilometers thick. That sounds like a lot, and it is. But beneath it lies an ocean that could be over 100 kilometers deep. To understand that, think of Earth. Earth's deepest ocean point, the Mariana Trench, is about 11 kilometers deep. If you dropped Mount Everest into it, the peak would still be underwater. Now imagine an ocean nearly 10 times deeper than that. That is Europa, and all of it is hidden. You are standing on the roof of a world you cannot see, a world that holds more water than all of Earth's oceans combined. More water. On a moon, far from the sun. It should not exist like this, not according to what you might expect. So far from the sun, everything should be frozen solid, cold, dead, still. But Europa is not still, because of Jupiter. The giant planet you see in the sky is not just a background. It is the reason this ocean exists. Jupiter's gravity is immense. It pulls on Europa constantly, stretching and squeezing it as the moon orbits. This process is called tidal heating. As Europa moves closer to and farther from Jupiter during its orbit, the gravitational pull changes slightly. The moon flexes. Its interior heats up from friction. Slowly, continuously, enough to keep an entire ocean liquid beneath the ice. You would not feel it directly, not standing on the surface. But it is happening beneath you every second. The ground is being stretched, compressed, warmed from within, and over millions of years, that energy adds up. It keeps the ocean alive. Now think about pressure. On Earth, at the deepest parts of the ocean, the pressure is crushing. It can collapse submarines. It can deform metal. Europa's ocean is far deeper. At 100 kilometers down, the pressure would be immense, hundreds of times greater than at the bottom of Earth's oceans. And yet, on Earth, life exists even under extreme pressure. At the bottom of our oceans, near hydrothermal vents, life thrives in complete darkness. No sunlight, no photosynthesis, just heat, chemicals, and time. Organisms survive by using chemical energy instead of sunlight, and Europa has heat. It has water. It may even have chemical interactions between the ocean and a rocky seafloor below. The conditions are not the same as Earth, but they are not empty. This is the moment where the scale shifts. You are no longer just standing on ice. You are standing above a possible habitat, a place where, in theory, something could exist. Something that has never seen light. Something that has lived in darkness for billions of years, and you cannot see any of it, because between you and that ocean is kilometers of solid ice. Now imagine trying to reach it. If you drilled straight down, you would need to go deeper than any human has ever drilled on Earth. The deepest borehole on Earth, the Kola Super Deep Borehole, reached about 12 kilometers before the heat and pressure became too much to handle. Europa's ice could be twice that thickness, or more. We cannot simply dig our way down, so how do we explore it? We look from above. Spacecraft have flown past Europa. They have taken images, measured its surface, studied its magnetic field. One of the most important clues came from how Europa interacts with Jupiter's magnetic field. Europa appears to have a weak magnetic field of its own, not because it generates one internally, but because something beneath its surface conducts electricity. Liquid salt water, an ocean. We cannot see it directly, but we can detect its presence. Like hearing something move behind a wall. You know it is there, you just cannot reach it. And then, there are the plumes. There is evidence that Europa may occasionally send water vapor into space. Geysers that erupt through cracks in the ice, shooting material hundreds of kilometers above the surface. If this is true, it changes everything, because it means the ocean is not completely sealed. It is leaking, unbreathing, reaching into space. A spacecraft could fly through those plumes and sample the ocean without ever landing, without drilling, without breaking through the ice. And suddenly, The distance between us and that hidden ocean feels smaller. Not small, but reachable. Still, even with all this, there is a deeper realization waiting. Europa is not unique. There are other icy moons in the solar system, some larger, some with even stronger evidence of subsurface oceans, water worlds hidden beneath ice, scattered across the outer planets. And that leads to a question that does not go away. If oceans like this are common, if water, heat, and time exist in so many places, then how many dark oceans are out there, quietly existing, far from any star's warmth? And what might already be living inside them? You pull back, away from Europa, away from Jupiter, away from the frozen surface and the unseen ocean below. The moon becomes smaller. The cracks disappear. The white fades into a point of light orbiting a giant planet. Jupiter itself shrinks, its storms and colors blending into a distant sphere. Then even that fades. You move outward through the solar system, past Saturn's rings, past the distant ice giants, out into the cold edge where sunlight is just another faint star. From here, Earth is already gone, not destroyed, just invisible. And that is the quiet truth of space. Not everything disappears in fire or violence. Most things simply become too small to see. Europa is just one moon, one frozen world among many. And yet, it changes something important. For a long time, we thought life needed sunlight, warmth, a narrow distance from a star, a fragile balance that only Earth seemed to have. But Europa does not follow those rules. It has no sunlight reaching its ocean, no blue sky, no forests or air, and still it has water. Still it has energy. Still it has time. The ingredients are there, not guaranteed, but possible. And that possibility is enough to shift how we see the universe, because it means life might not be rare in the way we once thought. It might not need a perfect planet. It might not need a star like ours. It might exist in darkness, in silence, in places we would never think to look, hidden beneath ice, far from warmth, waiting. You think about the ocean on Europa, a place no human has ever seen, no light has ever touched, an entire world completely unknown. And it has been there for billions of years, long before humans existed, long before Earth had complex life. It was there, quiet, stable, unseen, and it will likely still be there long after we are gone. That is the scale of it, not just size, but time. You begin to understand something deeper. Exploring space is not just about finding new places. It is about realizing how much has always been there, without us. The universe does not need to be observed to exist. Those oceans do not need us to discover them. They have their own histories, their own processes, their own quiet existence. And yet, here you are, a human mind on a small planet, thinking about a hidden ocean around a distant moon. That connection is strange and powerful, because even though you are small, your ability to understand is not. You cannot touch Europa's ocean. You cannot dive into it. Not yet. But you can imagine it. You can measure it. You can send machines across millions of kilometers to study it. And in doing so, you extend yourself into places your body will never go. That is what makes this different. The universe is vast, indifferent, silent, but you are not. You ask questions, you look outward, you try to understand, and sometimes you find something unexpected, a frozen moon, a hidden ocean, a possibility. You return, slowly, to where you began, to ice, to something familiar. But it does not feel the same anymore, because now you know that ice can hide entire worlds, that silence can hold oceans, that darkness does not mean emptiness, and somewhere, Far beyond what you can see, beneath a frozen surface under a black sky, an ocean moves quietly in the dark, untouched, unseen, waiting.